G'day folks. Well, I've taken care of a lot of the compressors that were sitting under the tree there. This is one of the last ones I cut up. Just realised it's got aluminium windings. That ain't copper. This is a big, it's not a Copeland. Can't remember what this one was. I'll find out what type of compressor this was. I think it might have been a Copeland. Yeah, at the top of it, it doesn't say what it is. Definitely USA, so it's probably a Tecumseh or a Copeland or something. I've seen them before under different brands. Now, it is, however, an inline triple, so I'm going to keep this pump body and do a catastrophic failure with it. 3 cylinders means 3 times the fun. I'm not going to be driving it with the VFD, obviously, because I've hacked up the stator, but I think it was overamping at some stage, so I think I'll find a minute short on one of the windings. That's if I were to test it before cutting it, but it had been overamping along with its equally large partner, a Bristol. Now, this is a Bristol one. It came out of the big York heat pump that I scrapped. It too had been overamping. Its wires are all crispy crunchy. So I'm not going to VFD this one, but I'll find some way of blowing it up. This one's only a twin cylinder. Still works though. Might just do a run cap thing on it, I think. We'll see how badly cooked the motor already is and see if we can make it a little worse. Next up, I've got a few other compressors to go through. Now, these two Tecumseh Kirby ones I got off Brad. He found them under a milk bar with some really old condensing units that I've also got. This one here had a busted off terminal on top, and we assumed that it might have been alright, but it's not. It's a locked up solid, just seized. Still got tons of oil in it though. I haven't tipped any of the oil out, although I think one of his friends copped some of it down his leg when he was carrying it outside. Same with this one here, it's still got oil in it, but it's also seized up, sort of, partially. It probably was seized long enough to burn the stator out, because this one here hasn't burnt. Yeah, this burnt one's definitely been sitting in mud for a while. Just about rusted through. But if you were to tap around the outside, we'd find a hole. Particularly up here where the discharge tube comes out. Yeah, there, it's oily. There's a hole in there. This one here is going to be autopsied. Definitely rusty. And the oil's not a nice colour either. It's supposed to be clear. Maybe a very light yellow tinge, but not amber. Yeah, this Tecumseh Kirby's just got piston seized in the bore. The crankshaft and rotor still float freely, but the piston's just jammed in there. I might check the windings out later and see if I can get it run, free the piston up and run it. So I'll set that one aside for later along with the other 2 big ones. Alright, I'm just preparing some old inverter boards for recycling by pulling the copper heat sinks off the IGBT bricks, and it's quite obvious which ones are healthy and which ones aren't. Those black smoky patches in the gel are just burnout smoke. Very clear there. That one there was healthy. That one there suffered a bad failure. Same with that one. Jelly goo on them for sealant, I suppose, moisture proofing. That one there would have been alright, but I've already got a couple more set aside.